Hello, fellow citizens. How are you doing? This is your friend, Dr. Haruna Goroh. This broadcast is to send a word of warning to all those wicked, evil people that do not want to see Nigeria go forward, that are doing everything to squeeze out opposition, are doing everything to make sure they keep disenfranchising Nigerians. Your end has come. Your time has come. We are not going to watch you continue this evil and this foolishness against innocent citizens. We are all aware of what has happened in recent times. How they tried to assassinate Peter Obi. Apart from character assassination, they tried that, it didn't work. They paid people to go from one television station to the other to try and blackmail him. If Obi was not a person of integrity, he would have been behind bars long ago. But they have searched and searched. There is nothing they can find wrong with him. So they keep looking for one fault. If they can't get him, they will go after the businesses of his relatives. If they can't get him, they will go after those that are supporting him. They are so threatened. Tinubu and the APC government are so up in arms. They are so threatened. You people say that Tinubu is a master strategist. But why is he afraid of one man? APC, you've got all the governors, the senators, the House of Rep. You've got the judiciary. You've got the police. You've got the army. You've got virtually everything. So if you know you've got everything under control and you know you are doing a good job, why are you scared of one man? The one that you people allegedly said came near number 3. Even though you know, INEC knows, the judges know, Nigerians know that the winner of 2023 election was Peter Obi. If it is not so, how come he is the thorn in your flesh? Tell me. You are not going after Atiku. You are not going after others. I thought you said Atiku came second. I thought you should be a little bit threatened that maybe he will step from second position to the first position and end up unseating Tinubu. But you have left Atiku alone. Nobody is going on television and is lashing and bashing Atiku. They are all quiet. Everybody that goes to TV or has an article in the newspaper or writes in their X handle, whatever thing they want to talk about politics, they are not discussing anymore on how to move this nation forward. Everybody, for them to gain relevance these days, is pull down Obi, go from one television station, radio station, newspaper to the other, do nothing but tear down one man. The handwriting is obviously clear that the one they are after must truly be the one that they know was the winner of 2023 election. And if he came out under a very short time between 2022 and 2023 and joined Labour Party and got that kind of support that even gave him the ticket, not just the ticket, but he actually won the election. We all know what they did with the glitch. That was what they used with Mahmoud Yakubu to steal it from him. Just as Tinubu has said, power is not served or given a la carte. You have to grab it and run with it. And that's exactly what they did. You've tried to use INEC. You people have tried to use the courts to make sure one man, Peter Obi, is not on the ballot in 2027. But as Obi has been saying, no matter what anybody does, he will be in the ballot in 2027. A few days ago, Mr. Obi came out in a television interview where he said his life is in danger. He may not even be alive during the 2027 election. Why? Because they are after his life. They've done everything to frustrate him. This is a man that is so easygoing, so simple, a man of the people, easily reachable, no convoy around him. We don't see a motorcade follow him. Sometimes he even drives himself. He flies economy. He lives a very simple life. You see his dressing. It looks like he has just one uniform he's wearing almost everywhere. So why should such a person be a threat to you? Where now they are doing everything to get at him. There must be something deeper than what Peter Obi said. And for those of you that are saying, he's just playing politics to blackmail people, what happened to him in Edo was just a drama, was a skit. When they wanted him dead, those bullets were meant to take down Obi. Only God protected Obi. He would have been long gone. This wicked APC government and all the other people that are around them that benefit from this regime of terror, this regime of tyranny, this diabolic regime that knows nothing but how to steal. See the scandal, an agency that was not appropriated for but they use it to steal money, and they're doing everything to cover it up. Those people think they have the moral right to come after Obi. This broadcast is to sound a warning to APC, to Tinubu, and everyone that is around him. Anyone that tampers with the life of Peter Obi, they are tampering with the lives of Nigerians. Our northern brothers have been governing for years. We haven't seen change in the north. So anybody that comes to play the northern card, the tribal card, the religious card, we will never listen to you. You are the enemy of northerners. What are we gaining from it? Only a few of you have enriched yourself at the expense of the suffering masses. See Peter Obi's antecedents. See Peter Obi's records. Go and check what he has done. And some people are trying everything to discredit it or discredit him. But the more they try, the more it just backfires. Because Obi's record is a record nobody can match. Let's call for a national debate. Let Nigerians ask every candidate, what will you do to change this nation? Do you see Tinubu attending such, whether on TV or in a town hall? When he went to Chatham House, did he speak? He only kept calling people to speak on his behalf. This man that they're now terrorizing, El Rufai, was one of the people that he called in Chatham House in London to speak on his behalf. He gathered a bunch of people, flew them to the UK to go and speak for him. Runs away from any debate because he knows he's got nothing to offer. All they have is stealing and stealing. Tinubu knows nothing but stealing, lying, cheating, conniving. When it comes to corruption, you can name him Maradona. And wicked, evil people surround him. Because you know what? They are all eating from him. They like such a person. But you people will want to send a warning. The one hope that God is preparing to save you. The one man that will stop corruption, end insecurity, raise the standard of education, get our hospitals working, and make sure over 100 million Nigerians that have been plunged into abject poverty can be pulled out of poverty. We want to see our farmers go back to the farm because we no longer have insecurity. This is the one man that is laying his life down for you. Everybody that wants change in Nigeria, whether you are in NDC or not, whether you are in politics or not, whether you belong to a party or not, and you want to see Nigeria work, and you want a man that will truly change this nation, then do everything to stand in defense of Peter Obi. Just like the Democrats did in America. When Donald Trump kept speaking about America first, make America great, make America great. They didn't want to make America great. So what did they do? Assassination, gag order, court orders. They called him convicted felon. Many convictions against him, many charges against him. And they wanted to banish him and send him to jail so that he never comes back as president. Thank God for protecting him. That near-death bullet. So it's been one attempt after the other. They didn't want him to be president. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter whether it's America. I know some of you have your biases concerning Trump. I also have mine. But then the man is really out for his nation. And anybody that will stand for his people, I salute that person. And we need such a person in Nigeria. But can't you see, like the similar pattern with the way they were after the life of Trump? It seemed to be a similar pattern playing out with Peter Obi. Anyone you notice that evil people, corrupt people, people that don't want to see change in any society, that they are attacking this person non-stop, then that should give you a sign that this man is the right man. Because you can't go after somebody that does not mean much. So the obedience, Nigerians, NDC, make sure you surround Peter Obi with 24/7 security. We know these wicked people want him dead now. So any Nigerian that wants to see change, and you want to see Peter Obi, not only in the ballot, but in Aso Rock, this is the time to speak out. This is the time to stand in defense. Anyone that tampers with Obi, anyone that tries to hurt him, touching Obi is touching a bee house. Touching Obi is touching every Nigerian. Touching Obi is touching the future. Touching Obi is a plot to finally bury Nigeria. So this time around, everybody must stand to say, don't touch Obi if you don't want to see fire. They are all scared, weak people. Notice Obi wherever he goes. On the street, organically, people will just gather. He enters a supermarket, a crowd will gather. People want to do selfie with him. Do you see that with Tinubu? Do you see that with Atiku? The one they don't want to come and help you is none other but Peter Obi. NDC, obedient, controversies, Nigerians. This is the time for us to all stand and say, touch Obi, you're touching every Nigerian. Touch Obi, you're touching me. Touch Obi, you're touching the future of my children. Before these wicked people have their way, we must stop them. Beef up the security around Peter Obi. Let's surround him. Let people bring money. Let's hire professional security people around him. Guess what? We will also be praying. Let all prayer warriors go on their knees with fasting and prayer. Let all the intercessors do more praying than talking. This is the time to turn things around. Let there be 24/7 prayer cover over the life of Peter Obi. In his going out, in his coming in, his food, whether he's driving, he's walking, he is flying, that the angels of God will protect him. Because in protecting Obi is the protection of the destinies of millions of Nigerians. Maybe some of you think I'm just emotional, but I am angry. I just can't imagine why any right-thinking person will prefer wicked, evil, corrupt people to continue to govern this nation. Seeing the level of decadence, the level of breakdown of law and order, and the level of wickedness and corruption. People these days are using just any means, anything possible to get money. They get into witchcraft. Already we have banditry, terrorism, money ritual. But imagine if we have someone like Obi, looking from his record and from his lifestyle, a simple man that will only come to serve and not to steal. So I call on every Nigerian, let's stand and make sure nobody touches Obi, because touching Obi is touching you. It's touching your children. It's touching your future. I want to say thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. One thing I want you to help me do, please share it with as many people as you can. Like the broadcast and also follow me on Facebook if you're not already following me. And subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll be among the first to be notified anytime I have a broadcast. It was wonderful being with you. I look forward to seeing you in my next broadcast. I remain your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goroh. May God bless you and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye-bye for now.